Hey, what's going on, y'all? Fellas, ladies, what's good? What's going on? Fucking, back to the bullshit once again, yet and still at the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But these days happen, so they need to be discussed, and that's what I'm gonna do here. Gang stalking at the workplace. Common. Happens. You may have the exact thing you can relate to some of these things. It may not be exactly, it might not be coincidental, but you can relate to a lot of this shit. I guarantee it probably happened to you too if this is happening to you. Alright, so I'm gonna bring you down from the beginning. It was a job I was trying to get. I was desperately looking for a job, another job. I quit my job because I couldn't stand working there no more. Couldn't take the politics anymore. I quit it for political reasons. That was the first time I ever quit a job for like a right cause. You know, not just quitting it because I was lazy. I just quit it because I couldn't take the politics there anymore and the bullshit. And it felt good to actually do that, you know, because I still do that bullshit job for a minute, and I hated that fucking place, and I don't like to stay at a job for too long. So I had an interview set up. Now this was back to what I was talking about via Craigslist, and that all started to make sense to me later on. And normally when I look for jobs on Craigslist, they have some legit shit on there. This job seemed very much legit. It's for a hair product. I can't even remember the damn name for the hair product. If it comes to my head, I'll bring it up. But it was for a hair product, and basically what I was gonna be doing was it was just taking off. They started in Arizona, like in their house in the basement. That's what they said. They started off doing that shit, and they made hair products like conditioners, shampoo, all that stuff. You know, lotions, everything like that. I liked working there because I was like grab the lotions and spill my hand using a lotion and shit, and it smelled really good. That fucking conditioner smelled really good. That was good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know shit about hair products. Don't care. My hair's fucking bald. I don't give a fuck. But I still use that stuff on my skin because it's still good for the follicles inside. And I was like, this ain't a hair build. All right, so I was working there, you know, and I was excited. Now back to the interview process. This place took 2 interviews. It was one of them places. Matter of fact, it took 3 interviews to get this fucking job. It was one of them kind of places. 3 interviews, and they offered all benefits. I mean, dental, health insurance. They gave out an allowance for health and beauty products. You can like grab razors and things of that nature. You just had to bring them a receipt, and they'll issue the money back. They gave you an extra allowance. You can take a sick day or paid sick days. Paid sick days. It didn't matter when. After your probation of 30 days, you got paid 6 days, and all your benefits kicked in. So I was like, damn, man, it had everything. Like, vacation time was, like, fucking a long time. You got 2 weeks of vacation time. Like, not even that long. Like, you could build it up, like, 6 months to take vacation. It was crazy. They didn't give a fuck about nothing. It was a good-ass job. It was really good, man. It was going to be a dream job for me. I was going to be working back there being a laborer. Just basically lifting up the buckets, man. That shit's heavy, too. Doing, like, warehouse work. And it was cool. Like, just riding the fucking, you know. I was excited, man. And I did the interview. It was humble. Very humble interview. I took the interview, we talked. She asked me a lot of questions that she made up. And they were hard questions, man, but I gave her good answers, man. I was very humble, and I was like, yeah. And she was like feeling me. I could tell. I knew that I had the job. And this girl was sexy as hell. You know what I'm saying? She was fine as a motherfucker. I don't know if that had to do with why they crashed the job like that for me, but that girl was something else. God damn, she was fine. Now, she was the one that hired me. You know, I went back to the second process of the interview. She called me back, and it was like 2 weeks later. Called me back, and come to the interview, and she does another interview with me. The same bullshit. And I'm like, all right, and it went well. It didn't go as well as the first time, but it went well. So I was a little nervous. I was like, man, hopefully I get this job. Hopefully they call me. And she's like, we'll let you know in about a month. So I just sit there for a month waiting for this fucking call. You know, and eventually, like, I went on, this is the first day this shit started happening to me, which is the Craigslist day. If you see my Craigslist video, you check that out. You can get the story that happened, basically, how this happened right after that. So, the same day, actually, when I got the job offer. I went on Craigslist, and I looked up I went on fucking Yahoo. I went to go check the email out, and I wrote to her. I said, hey, you know, it's been like a while, and my background check come through. Oh, that's what it was. My background check was taking a long fucking time. Because when I moved, for some reason, it just took a long time for it to come back because I was out of state. And my background was clean, but it just made me worried because it was taking forever. And I'm like, man, this is the only thing they need to do is get my background. And she's like, hey, I meant to call you the other day. And she's like, we want to offer you the job. And she wrote me this whole letter, this letter of you're on board. And it was happy. I called my mom. I cried tears of joy, baby. I was happy. You know what I'm saying? It's happy tears, you know. And I was really happy. And I grabbed my ex at the time. I was like, look, I got the job. Like, I could finally, you know, it was going to pay good money. I had all benefits. I showed her everything. And she was like, she gave me a look like, I'm so happy for you, but it's too late now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so later on that day, that's when I got like fucking harassed and chased down the street. Not chased, but followed by everybody. And they fucking mama was out there. People in the stores disguising themselves as people that were following me. This is ridiculous shit. People who are following me will work at the store. And I know motherfuckers is like, whatever. There's some cocksucker to be in the comment section and keeps writing on my videos. Like, and clearly he has to be subscribed because he keeps writing. Like I put up a video 2 seconds later, the motherfucker wrote on there, wrote some goofy shit. Like, I'm like, you about a second away from getting blocked. Because I don't normally let the redundant bullshit keep happening, but it keeps doing it like that. Then you get a little bit weird, and I gotta boot you out of there, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what I was talking about. So, she looked at me like, you know, gave me that look. Like, you know, she was happy, but then she was like, damn, it's too late. It's done, it's done. And so shortly after, that's when everyone started doing what they was on. You know, following me and shit. And, still had the job, obviously. You know, I didn't lose it because of that, but I just wanted to make sure I was good. So I decided to get myself clean and shit like that. I was messing with a little bit of dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, not too much. Obviously not something I'm proud of, but enough to fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, this to... So I quit doing that shit, which I quit doing a lot of times, you know? But, unfortunately, I was dealing with a domestic violence situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, where I was in a fucked up relationship with someone who was, you know, fucking setting me the fuck up. You know, I was getting, you know... When I was sleeping, I was getting dosed up. So when I thought I was quitting and I was clean, like I fucking took the heart and the braveness to do, so I could start my job, like I was waking up with disoriented as fuck. Like I was getting like roofied or something up. Like, and she was putting that shit in me because I couldn't gain my weight back. I wasn't having an appetite. I'm like, what's going on, you know? And somehow someone was sticking me with needles. I don't know who. I didn't see who did it, but clearly I had the track marks on me. You know what I'm saying? So... And I couldn't, like, understand why I couldn't. I was fiending for it and shit, like, more than ever. Like nah, they want to do everything they could to make me lose that job and not, like, be able to get up and go. So, I went there the first day, all fucking high. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was high as fuck. I ain't know why I felt like I was so fucking high, but I was. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I quit doing this shit. Why do I still feel like this, you know? And I had to go through that day. It was hard. It was a long day on that shit. Sweating like crazy. She fucking was... The lady who hired me wasn't there. I know her name. I remember it now. Oh! I remember the hair product place. Overtone. I was debating whether I wanted to say the name. Overtone. Y'all motherfuckers know what happened to me. And mysteriously, my birth certificate went missing at the job, too. That after I gave it to y'all, it just disappeared. It didn't make much sense to me till later on, you know. So the lady that hired me, the beautiful lady that hired me, you know, wasn't the manager no more. She was demoted. The fuck did she do? She didn't do nothing to be demoted. The fuck? That didn't make no sense to me from the jump. So we had this new lady there who was fucking bitch. She had her ways to be nice, but she was a real bitch to me. Just real fucking ugly to me. Nasty to me, talking shit to me all the time. I went on there on my first day. I was doing what I do. I was working, you know, working hard. I went up there on the roof and grabbed some shit that was on top of the shelf and on the ladder. And I pulled it off like that, and I kind of went down. It was not safe, and she was looking out, but she did it in a fucked up way. She's like, "Hey, guys, come down here. Don't do what he just did," using me as an example. Like what he just did was dangerous, and you don't want to ever do that. And everyone's like, "Okay, yes, miss." You know, I remember your fucking name. I don't forget. And everyone like just fuck. And first of all, she told me when she done the hiring process, we were gonna hire 3 people, and she was interviewing like 6. And I got to the job on the first day. There was like 15 people there. It didn't make any fucking sense from the beginning. And then she was the new manager all of a sudden. And they were fucking like real assholes to me. Like really they were pointing me out, staring at me. They kept watching me and shit. Like really watching me. And they say we take notes on people. And I'm like, why y'all taking notes like this so openly? And they would come out and really scout me the fuck out, man. And they were talking shit about like in the job. I thought I was hearing this shit. Cause I told you this is the day I was still fucking feeling on high. I'm like, he was talking about fucking meth. Yes, sir. I remember that fucking motherfucker. He was sitting there talking about meth. He was all like, yeah. He was like, yeah, man. I don't know why anybody would do that. It puts holes in your brains, man. It just puts holes right in your brain. He's saying this shit at work. What the fuck are the odds? Who talks about this openly on the first day at work? At any day? And I'm like, am I hearing this shit? Maybe I'm crazy. So I'm like, nah, he's definitely said that. You know, and I came in there. They were wearing like, there was a girl that was there. I swear, she was wearing the same outfit that my girl has. And you know what my ex-girl used to do? She used to always have a whole bunch of, we had a lot of fucking clothes. And she was buying me clothes. We had a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say she didn't do shit, because she definitely bought me shit. But it didn't mean anything, because the shit she was doing. But, you know, that's another story, man. So, it felt deserving, honestly. So, like, that happened. Let me take my fucking finger off the stop button by pressing, doing an accident. So, she was looking just like my girl, man, like dressed, and she kept staring at me, and I'm like, how old is this chick? And it ended up being like, this chick was like 17, so I was like, I stopped looking at, you know what I'm saying, at this point. And I'm like, why the hell, like, they hiring teenagers and shit for a job like this? I was happy to get this job. I didn't know this job was gonna hire it wasn't like that at first. That's not what she said. Y'all just hired 10 more people out of nowhere. Come on the fuck on, man. You know, and I met the one dude who was there, the one dude that I met before. It was only him. He was like, yeah, you'll be working with him. It'll be like 4 y'all back here. All of a sudden, there's like 10, 15 people back there. Does that make any sense? People in high school. What the fuck? And that's the thing that was killing me too, the high school thing. Putting high school girls, I told you, mentioned in another video, like they were putting kids around me, like trying to I don't like kids. I don't like teenagers. I'm not into that shit. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't like that shit. You know, like trying to like bait me into something or some shit, man. Trying to bait me into shit. Trying to ruin your fucking life. But I didn't take the bait. I wouldn't take it anyway. You think I'm stupid? Knowing I'm being watched everywhere I go, like. And this was the time I started getting followed. Like they would follow me at the job. Like they would come through. I would leave outside for break time. The trucks would drive by, honk the horn, and look at me. Salute sign and shit like that. Watching me, like every time when I left out, they pulled out and went with me. My car, I would leave the car, and I feel like they would do shit to the car when I wasn't in it. I got in the car, it'd be like something, you know what I'm saying? Like it was my ex's car. Like I took it to work and shit. And I go in the car, I feel like it was just fucked with. Something was in there. That car was. I hate that fucking car for that shit. That car was some kind of bullshit. A lot of shit went on with that fucking car. The dirtiness inside of the car was a cover up for a lot of creepy shit that used to happen. What else, man? What kind of fuckery was going on in that job that they did? Also distracted me from getting to my job, doing everything they could to make me not get there. Like I mentioned that before. Well, this guy decided it was funny. You know, this piece of shit that moved into my house. Like he just fucking moved his way in there. That was the start of me basically losing my place. It was him moving in. That was when it started, like, they was really putting the pressure on there. And he, like, said he was going to leave his stuff there. And then he wound up just, like, staying. I'm like, yo, dog, grab your stuff. And I'll be there in a minute. And he never be there. And he was just fucking with me. And I got mad at him one day. I snapped at him and shit. And he went fucking... He didn't do nothing. But he was he worked with some powerful motherfuckers, you know. That ain't gonna disgust him, you know. And making up lies about me and shit like that. He, I told you, looked up fucking child porn on my fucking phone. Fucking piece of shit. It was like a teenager or some shit. Like I went up there, like he was searching up like boys on Google, on my Google shit. So that's how a lot of that stuff happened with the kid. That's why motherfuckers was trying to like bring their kids to see. They thought I think they thought that was that person. Not at all. Not a fucking chance. I wouldn't give out my first and last name and middle name on a fucking video if that was the case. I ain't got nothing to hide in that fucking level. Pieces of shit. That just was a way to make people hate me more, you know. But still showing face. Fuck you. It was just real right. Oh yeah, this motherfucker like so he one day like he kept knocking on my fucking door and they knew everywhere I was at. They had my location, everything. Like he just like knocked on my door and then like he's like, "What you up to?" I'm like, "Not much, man. I'm just chilling. I gotta go to work tomorrow. So I gotta go to sleep." I couldn't sleep and shit because it was creepy. My lights were off, power was off. It's just a lot of bullshit. And he knocked on the door and I was like, "Look, I'm sleeping, man." So I went there and acted like I was sleeping. I had turned the lights off and everything. Or the light on my cell phone. I wouldn't use the light on my cell phone. So I like stayed there quiet for like 30 minutes and then I went out there. I was gonna go smoke a fucking cigarette. This motherfucker is sitting on my little chair that I had on my fucking stoop, out there on the catwalk. He was sitting on it, and he's like, "Damn, man, I was waiting for you to wake up." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you doing here?" And then he's like, all this weird shit. He's like, asked me what time it was and all this shit. It was like about to be 3:30 in the morning. You know, he's like 3:30, and he's like, "I got a couple more minutes." You know, and then like it reaches a certain time. You know. And all of a sudden he's like, "What time is it?" Or all of a sudden like gunshots go off at a time. You know what I'm saying? They went off not too far from like right across the street. He's like, "Damn, man, that's what happens." You know, motherfucker might have got shot out there trying to scare me and all that shit. I'm like, you know, shit happens. And what time is it? He's like, "Yeah, that's about right." He said some shit like that, trying to like, okay, like you call shots? Is it every time to be thinking you're a shot caller or something? I believed it. You know, and he was a motherfucker that people told me who I knew that, you know, listened to him. He's an OG out here. That's what I heard. So, wasn't much I could do to do shit to him. You know, even though I could kick his ass if I wanted to, I couldn't just kick his ass because there would be retaliation for that. And I wasn't trying to see that. Yeah, he did that shit. Like, so I got to go to wake up in the morning. I got to be at work at 6:30. And he's over here like, motherfuckers are getting shot. I heard multiple gunshots that night, and he fucking showed me someone getting, like, basically was showing me that people get shot around here. I make the shots. You know, you can get murdered out here. And not to mention, he fucking came to my house and brought in flowers, like, for a funeral in a bag, and laid on my ground and dropped rose pellets on the floor and was, like, trying to send me a message, like, you're about to be seeing your funeral soon. I had to go to work under these circumstances. All this other guy was at the fucking store the next day after work. He threatened me with a fucking gun at the fucking store, and he gave me a look. This Mexican gentleman gave me a look like he wasn't fucking with me. He heard some shit about me. I was like, they were waiting outside my house, and I told my ex at the time, who I was trying to protect us, like, you gotta get out of here. And I was like, yo, this might be my last days. Like, people are trying to kill me, you know. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Just get out of here." And they were out there, and she left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm telling you to leave, but she just didn't think about it twice. She actually left and left me there, and I slept with a fucking knife underneath my pillow. And that's all I had was a knife. And I slept there with a fucking knife under my pillow because I saw the motherfuckers outside in the car watching my fucking house, waiting there for hours. Wouldn't leave. And I don't know how the fuck I passed out during that shit. That's how much I kind of stopped giving a much of a fuck about it. I was able to sleep during that shit, and I woke up feeling disoriented, like I always felt like. Who knows? Probably came to my house, did some shit to me because someone had fucking keys. I stopped locking the door after a while. It was pointless. They were getting in anyway. I had to go to work like that, and I was late and shit like that, and it was like, we'll give you another try. And then like they made me late again, doing some bullshit to me, fucked me up, you know, and come to my door, offering me drugs, knowing damn well I quit, and I kept saying no, like making it hard for me. So I got fired from the dream job. I got fucking fired. They let me go, and I was just really sad. So I went back to that shit. I said, "Fuck it, what's the point? Why not just fucking die? I hope this shit kills me." I was smoking like a chimney, you know. And I bought a bunch of shit. They gave me my check and paid me in cash. I went and bought some dope, and I was like, "I'm gonna flip this and make that money." So I bought like a fucking A-ball, and I broke it up and got out there. I didn't make back nearly as much money as I fucking, I made like a little bit more than half of it. Actually, I made it all back. Actually. But I didn't make more than I should have because I was fucking smoking it and doing it, and selling it. So what's the point? I could have went to jail over nothing, over no profit, just getting my money back. It was a way to like put it in a credit card or something. Like and a bank account, savings account, use it later. Like, the fuck out of it. What was the point? About to scale everything. I was ready to go in. So, I was like, fuck it. I'll just make money like this. I'll just start slinging dough. Start slinging dough a little bit. Obviously I couldn't do that. I was getting robbed. Shit was getting taken. People were trying to sell it back to me. It was ridiculous. Like, so I had to get out that game. It wasn't for me. It ain't for anybody, honestly. But, if you try to tax you, they want some money from it. They want their cut. They're going to get that. So, yeah, I lost my job, man. Fucking with me. Coming to place harassing me. I walked in a job one day. I came in there one time. And let me mention this, too, because I got fired. Remember, I told you I got fired. That wasn't the last of me. They called me back 2 weeks later. She wrote me an email. I stopped checking my email because I had a lot of stress on it. I didn't want to look at this shit no more. Viruses, all that shit, eBay shit. So I'm like, she called me, and I didn't want to check my voice message neither, but she kept telling me, my ex was like trying to tell me, check your voicemail. Like, you might want to check it out. She kept hitting me that for some reason. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll check it out. So I did, and here's this bitch on the phone, like, offering me my job back. She's like, hey, we're going to offer you a job back, just call back, and if you come back and you call back by this day, we'll give you your job back. And I called back. She's like, you can have it back. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, real happy. And I suspect, I was like, man, you did this shit, didn't you, my ex? Because she kept insinuating it, I'm like, you did this shit. And she's just like, no, I don't know anything about that. And she clearly knew something about that. They were threatening the lady there to fucking keep hiring me back because there was no reason to hire me back. I came late 3 times, fired. Like, why would you hire me back? It's not like I made a good impression. I was there for like 3 fucking days. And I was there for a little over a week, and then they fired me because I was 3 times late during that week and a half I worked there. The money was fucking great, man. I lost that shit. Hired me back. I stayed there for like another week. And I couldn't take it no more. Like, she was talking shit to me every time I walked in there. She kept doing the example thing. She was like really on my ass about shit, making me feel like I was retarded. She would tell me to do something one way and then be like, no, you're not listening. You're doing it wrong. I was like, what the fuck is... It takes a lot for me to really snap back on someone at the job. And I said something to this lady. I said, look, I came in there one day and she goes, I came in late again because they were, a lot of shit was going on. And I was a minute late. 1 minute, and I was like, fuck, I hear her mouth. She said, you're late again. Always looking at her clock. She would always look at the clock. You need to get here on time. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, a lot of shit. And she's like, 1 minute was this, 1 minute is that. Am I starting to see a pattern here? These are her words, trying to tell me what's going on. Also, not to mention the fact that they knew that I said I was in danger and possibly, like, things had happened to me, and they still would hire me back. That makes no fucking sense. And then she's like, do you have mental issues? She said those words. I'm not making them up. She said, do you have mental issues? Do you have a mental issue I need to know about? I said, so that struck me as odd when she said that. I'm like, why the fuck would someone say that? I was like, hard for me to keep going through the day after hearing that shit at 7 in the fucking morning because we made a deal for me to start at 7 so I can get there on time more. Bullshit. And then, like, and she said, so she starts doing this shit where she's making everything seem really confusing, making me seem like I was stupid or something. And I was like, look, you know what? I'm really tired of the way you talk to me. You fucking singled me out. You made me look like I'm a fucking idiot, like I can't work. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like it. I don't like the way you mistreat me, and I need some respect, or I'm not gonna work here. And she's like, blah 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 blah. And she's like, why? When am I ever doing that? She kept making it seem like she wasn't doing the things she was doing. She kept trying to fucking redirect my attention. Like, who's doing that? Like, I'm doing that. I'm making you feel like that. I'm like, come, you fucking point me out, single me out all the time. And then, like, after this shit, she's like, do you want to work here? I'm arguing with her at this point. She's asking me, giving me a choice. Like, she should have fired me right then and there. Would never fire me. And all of a sudden, like, I just quit. She left, and I just was like, you know what? Fuck this job. I walked out and just left. I didn't say nothing to no one. Just left. They didn't call me nothing. 2 weeks later, a voicemail from this broad, and it sounds she's stuttering like, did you give your job back? If you want your job, you can just call me, and if you don't call by Monday, then it's like she's reading the hostage letter. Like, if you don't call back by Monday, then it's not gonna be good. Like, and she was talking that shit on the phone. Like, if you don't call back by Monday, we'll have to terminate the decision. I'm like, why would you hire me again? I walked out. That made no fucking sense. I still didn't go get my last check from there. And it was only like a couple dollars. I only worked for like 2 days that week before I walked out. So it only would have been for like $110. Okay, 2 days I worked. And I stayed there for like 2 hours a day when I quit, walked out. So $110 maybe. So all of a sudden, like, I go back to the... Matter of fact, I didn't go back to pick up my check because I was like, I just left it and went to deal with that shit again. So they sent my check back to my old apartment. And at the time I was in the run on the hotels. It was scary being where I was at. Some shit happened to me there. I went there, went in the mailbox real quick, grabbed the shit and left. It was my check from fucking Overtone. My rent was going to be $320 that month, and the check was for exactly $320 on the dot. I'm not making that up. That happened. And the only person who knew that was my ex. Who the fuck else would never give me $320 on the dot? That's my rent. And I was worried I couldn't pay it, but they gave me that. Like, what the fuck? And that fucking happened. I'm not making this shit up, man. This is the shit that's like, these are the stories I always say for later because they sound so mind fucking, but that's the point. They're there to fuck with your mind, fuck with your head. Everyone's there to fuck with you. You are a fuck test dummy, man. They're just there to play with your mind. That's what they're doing. They're fucking with your head. That's what they're doing. And they mess with mine big time. And don't think you're weak because it's happening to you. This can happen to anybody. These are tactics that are these are prolific tactics and they're very good. And when the way they do them to you, they're very intricate and they get to you. They know how to really lock you in with these fucking crazy mind fucking games. They know how to do it. The mind psyche of a person is easy to manipulate with these steps that they use. That pretty much wraps up everything on the job, man. It's just crazy. They just cause hell to it, just treating me like shit at the job. Like hiring me back, giving me the exact money for my rent. Like, how the fuck would they know about it? Because surely my ex, you know what I'm saying, doesn't work there. So she's the only person I ever talked to at that time. The fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's what was going on. So anyway, gang stalking at the workplace, man. That's where it happens at any location you at, wherever you work at, it can happen. So I lost my job because of that. 3 times they offered me a position back. I didn't want it the 3rd time. Fuck that. For what? To get treated like shit like that every time? It's not worth it. So I moved on. Life moves on, right? Whether with or without you. Alright, y'all, take it easy, man. If you like my channel, man, please like and subscribe. And, take it easy out there. God bless. And hope everything goes okay.